What if someone proved that the afterlife actually exists? Not a belief, not a theory, but scientific proof. This one discovery changed the entire world, and not in a good way. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're recapping the discovery, a haunting sci-fi film that explores death, regret, and second chances. The discovery. Meet Dr. Thomas Harber, a renowned and respected scientist. He spent years working on a question that's haunted humanity since the beginning. What happens after we die? And for the first time in history, he proved that something exists beyond death. The result? The world changed overnight. People everywhere began leaving their lives behind, not because they were hopeless, but because they believed something better was waiting. Millions made the irreversible decision to move on, trying to reach what they now believed was the next chapter. The first interview. 6 months after the announcement, Dr. Harber agrees to an interview. The journalist presses him hard. She asks if he understands the consequences of what he's done. People are ending their lives in droves. Doesn't he feel responsible? Harber responds that his only duty was to report the truth. What people choose to do with it is not his responsibility. She asks what the other place is like. He admits he doesn't know yet, but says its existence is undeniable. Then, something terrifying happens. The camera operator turns the gun on himself. Before the room can react, he says, "Thank you, Dr. Harber, for the second chance." And in a tragic moment, he ends his life right in front of them. Harber is stunned. He realizes that this discovery may not have saved humanity. It may have broken it. Will Harber. This is Will Harber, a neurologist and Thomas Harber's estranged son, who was deeply affected by the discovery. His own mother passed shortly after it went public. And in his line of work, he's seen how easily people give up when they think there's something better waiting on the other side. Trying to clear his head, Will takes a ferry ride. The boat is nearly empty. The TV on board is playing news reports about the global crisis. He reaches over and turns it off. "You know, I was watching that, right?" That voice belongs to Isla, a quiet but sharp young woman who seems just as emotionally worn as Will. She's the only other passenger on board. They talk. Isla pokes fun at him for sitting too close on an empty boat. He says her face looks familiar. They begin discussing the discovery and how it's affected the world. Will confesses he's not convinced, not like the others. He shares a story about a patient who celebrated finding out she had a terminal illness because it meant she could finally move on. To him, that's not hope, that's escape. And escape isn't the answer. The compound. After docking, Will meets his brother Toby, who takes him to their father's estate. The place is massive, a former summer camp for troubled youth, now repurposed as a secret research facility. But it doesn't feel like science. It feels like a cult. People wear color-coded uniforms, divided into strange groups. There's a quiet intensity in the air, like everyone here believes they're part of something sacred. Will finds his father lying on a table with wires attached to his head. The team explains they're trying to record brain activity after death. Right now, Thomas is clinically dead. The longer he stays under, the slimmer his chances of survival. His team, including lead researcher Lacey, panics. They bring him back just in time, using defibrillators. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief. Will is furious. He tells his father to stop this madness. People are suffering. The world isn't ready for this kind of truth. But Thomas reminds him, "You helped build this. This was our idea too." They argue. The father clings to science. The son clings to morality. Later that day, Will goes outside for air. Then he sees her, Isla, walking into the ocean. He calls out. No response. She continues forward, disappearing beneath the waves. Will runs, dives in, and pulls her out just in time. She's angry, furious that he saved her, but Will refuses to let her go. He brings her back to the compound, gives her dry clothes, a room, and, more importantly, a reason to stay. Dr. Harber gives her a questionnaire and welcomes her. She's now part of the project, but not everyone is happy. Lacey, one of Dr. Harber's most loyal followers, immediately distrusts Isla. We learn that Lacey lost both her sister and father after the discovery. She herself almost left the world too, until Thomas saved her. Now, she's protective, devoted, and she sees Isla as a threat. The breakthrough. Dr. Harbour soon announces a major development. We can now see what's on the other side. They've upgraded the machine to record not just brainwaves, but visual memories from the moment of death. He volunteers to go first, but the others protest. It's too dangerous. Instead, they recover a recently deceased body from a local hospital and begin the test. At first, nothing shows up. That night, unable to sleep, Will checks the machine again. Suddenly, video footage appears. It shows a hospital room, a moment from the corpse's life. But there's a problem. Will tracks down the man's sister. She tells him that her brother was never at that hospital, but their father passed away there. The man is reliving a moment that isn't his. The other side. Will realizes the truth. This isn't the afterlife. It's a branching reality, a different version of a real moment. A second chance to change something you regret. He shares the footage with his father. Thomas decides to test it himself. As he slips under, the team watches the screen. A memory plays, his wife, the day she left him. But this time, he stops her. He changes the ending. They revive him just in time. Everyone is stunned. What they've discovered isn't heaven. It's a new path. A loop of reality where you relive key moments to try again. Dr. Harbour realizes the danger. If this gets out, people won't just leave this world. They'll do it thinking they can restart their story. He tells the team, destroy the machine. Bury this. It's too much. They all agree. The incident. The next morning, Thomas gathers everyone and announces the experiment is over. Then a sudden loud noise. A gunshot. Lacey has shot Isla. Everyone panics. Lacey calmly says, I didn't hurt her. I just moved her to another version of her life. In her mind, it was an act of mercy, a gift. But Isla is gone. The final journey. Will is devastated. He makes the decision to go after her. He enters the machine and begins the process, putting his life at risk. The screen shows the ferry, the day they first met. Only now, Isla tells him, this was the first time you saved me. Then it all becomes clear. In the original version of his life, Will didn't save Isla. He let her go. She disappeared. He saw her name on the news. Racked with guilt, he later ended his own life. And then, he came back to this moment, each time trying to save her. But no matter what, she always slips away. As Will's body begins to shut down, his father and brother rush in. I need more time, he whispers. They pull him out. Will wakes up on a beach. He sees a child playing near the waves, too close. He runs and grabs her before she falls. A woman rushes up to them, panicked. It's Isla. She's alive. She has a child. Will looks around, confused. Is he alive? Is this the real world? A new timeline? Another loop? We don't know. And maybe we're not supposed to.